and your mouse connected to your laptop, it's time to talk about how does this all work with your display unit, whichever one you are using. So I'm going to start with the TV. If you have a TV in your room and you've already been using it, you know that typically what you have done from your laptop is to cast to it. And so you've gone through the process of how to cast to your TV. You can continue to use that casting feature. The difference that is going to happen here is that you will be able to choose which of these two screens you want to cast up to your television. So, for instance, if I am looking at it right now and I tell it to cast, if you remember the three dots up in the corner here, and I go to casting. And remember, if I don't change the source at this point, it's going to cast just a tab instead of the whole screen. And that is up to you if that's what you want to use. It doesn't matter either way, but just make sure you know which source you want to use. I'm going to choose the television that I am going to connect to. And if you notice right now, it automatically connected to what is on my screen on my laptop instead of on my monitor. In order to get it to choose your monitor, what you're going to want to do, I'm going to uncast. I'm going to move this document. This is a math worksheet. I want the kids to look at that, but I want to be able to possibly check my email or prepare something else over here that I need to get ready for class later. So I'm going to move this worksheet over to my over to my monitor, and I simply click on the tab and drag it over. When I drag it over there, it became very small, as you can see, but I tell it to fit full size. So now I'm on full size here. I am going to do the same thing I did before on my monitor screen. However, I'm going to that casting button and I'm going to choose the TV that I want to use. If you notice, it again cast that worksheet, but that worksheet is now on my monitor versus on my computer screen. On my computer screen, I now have my email that I can go and check. So casting, that's how that works. You have to choose one or the other screens. This does not act as a third screen this way. So when you're casting, you pick from the two pieces you have here. All right. There is another way that you can also do it if you do not want to cast. I will show you that one next. All right. So as you can see right now, I have three different screens going. I have my email on this screen. I have my worksheet over here on my monitor, and the TV is set for smart casting. In order to use all three screens at once, if you'd like to, so that you can have different things displayed that you're working on, plus something for the students, you would need to move to using your HDMI cord that's on your TV. Okay, so if you're going to cast like you normally do, you have to choose between one of these two screens, which is for most people just fine. But if for some reason you like to work with that three screen idea, I just want to give you that option. You just find your HDMI cord that hooked up. The first thing you want to do is change your TV by going to input and choosing the HDMI that connection point that is on, 1, 2, or 3 on your TV. For me, I'm on number 3. Right now, it's going to show me that I have no signal, and that's because I don't have my HDMI cord plugged into anything. What I'm going to do is plug that into the docking station. If you remember, you have two HDMI ports in there. So I'm going to plug that HDMI cord into my docking station. And what you have noticed is there was a change. The computer your laptop will automatically decide for you that when you first plug in, how to set this up. And if you notice, what it's doing is this screen is by itself. These two are being duplicated. So these two are duplicated and this one is extended. How do I change that up if I want to? Is very simple. You're going to go down to the bottom again of your screen and you are going to, and if you noticed here, I don't know if you can notice that, but my mouse will now go over onto the TV also. So I can actually go over here in the TV and choose whatever I might have had up. Here's that worksheet that I was working on. Oops. So I can put things in different places, but I'm going to show you how that works in a little different way than using this piece of it. I think I might have just turned off my worksheet, but we'll get that back. So I'm going to go down here to my screen and search again for that duplicate and extend to a connected device. If you've done it before, when the screen pops up, it will have that there for you and you can go back and use that again. But what you'll notice differently this time from what I showed you in the last ones is there are now 3 boxes, 1, 2, and 3, and you can identify them again. 1, 2, 3 is my television. And right now it says extend my desktop to this display. So my desktop is not going anywhere. It's by itself. These 2 are duplicated. But I can leave these, and let me see if I can show you what will happen. And if you notice again, they were in the right order, right? So that my mouse would move in the right directions. 3's here, 1, 2. You have to make sure those are set up the right way. So over here on 3, I am going to go back and see if I can find that worksheet that I just had up. There it is. So I'm going to put this worksheet over here again. All right. I have these 2 going. Now, if I go down here, or over here, I'm sorry, and grab this tab, I can move this math worksheet from off of my monitor. If you notice, it goes through my laptop and over to the TV, and I can make it large. I now have that worksheet up there, my email on here, and this screen is ready for me to do something differently if I want to. Okay? So as long as you have the 3 screens separated on that duplicate extend piece, you can move things around. You just have to grab a tab either off of your laptop, and I'll show you that too. So I can go back over here. I'm moving my mouse way over to my TV, and I'm going to drag that worksheet back over here. So it's on this screen. If I, for some reason, whatever's on this screen, I'm going to take my email because that happens to be what I have. I can scoot that email over here and enlarge it and have that on the screen. And now this is ready for me to search something on Google or do anything like that. So there's a lot of different options you have as long as you have each of those screens set up separately. So again, if we go to that search bar and we go to that duplicate and extend section, make sure these 3 are separated. If you go down here and change any of that to duplicating, say 1 and 3, 1 and 3 would be these 2. 1 and 2 would be those. They don't give you the option to duplicate your monitor onto your TV because your laptop is your unit that has all of that information on. These are just acting as places to show that information. So they can't separate like that. You can only drag what you want from one screen to another to get them to go over there. Okay, so make sure these are set up properly, 3, 1, 2 like that. And then once you have that set up, whatever you have on these, you can move them over to your TV. All right. So 2 different ways to be able to use this setup to be able to show something up here, but also still be able to work on your laptop. You can either continue with your casting and only use 2 screens, because whatever you cast from one of these 2 will show up there. Or you can try doing that, connecting your HDMI cord and having 3 different options if you prefer that. If you need any more assistance with that, absolutely remember that you can always go to the help desk and ask someone to come and actually work with you in person.